Part 2. Setting up door groups, schedules and user groups. Proceed to the door groups page under the hardware category. The door groups page is split into a list of unassigned doors and a list of door groups. We are now going to create a door group for our unassigned doors. Having formed our door groups, we will now build a schedule for use of these door groups. By going to the Schedules page and pressing Create, we can name our schedule. Next, we add an opening period, which is a combination of a time and a recurrence. To create a new recurrence, we simply select how often we would like the opening period to occur, by selecting the repeat option of daily, weekly, monthly or yearly. Then we define additional details such as which days or day within the month, week or year. Finally, we have the option to define start and end dates for this rule to provide for seasonal or temporary schedules. Next, we will create an opening time by selecting a start and close time. With that complete, our opening period is now summarized for us in the left-hand panel, and we can add it to our schedule with the Add button. We can then add additional opening periods as needed. To finish our schedule, we should also add any exclusions or holiday periods that are needed in order to invalidate access on given days, for example public or privately observed holidays, etc. With our schedule complete, we can move on. We then go to the User Groups page to create a user group. First off, we are given the choice of naming our new user group. Then we select our newly created user group and configure it by the Add button under the Access panel. In the pop-up, we can associate one of our door groups with one of our configured schedules. With this complete, we can proceed to the final configuration item. Clicking on the Users button located on the navigation bar will take us to the Users list, where we can add new users individually or in batches. When creating a new user, we name them individually and give them a unique credential in either Weekend or Presco format, along with an optional PIN code if they are in use. We can also assign a user group from the list of user groups in the site. Pressing Submit adds the new user to the list. If choosing to add a batch of users, you must first choose the format of the credentials. Then fill in the site code, starting UID code as well as the number of credentials to add. As an option, you can add a user group to be assigned for each of the batch-generated users. Using the Deploy Changes button on the navbar or the button on the dashboard, we can begin the process of deploying our configured changes. The pop-up for this process first asks us to confirm that we would like to deploy. It then shows the status of the deploy operation, then we are shown the results for all the controllers. At this point, our site configuration is live and you can begin confirmation testing. Then move on to further configuration of other settings if required. This is the end of the core Quick Start Guide for configuring a site with Prescient. For more detail on individual modules, keep an eye out for our deep dive videos on core concepts such as scheduling, time synchronization, and SMTP alert notification.